Do you want others to view you as a luxury, not just a choice? Whether it's in company, personal branding, or life in general, we're revealing 7 keys in this video that will change your perspective. Your roadmap to being a real luxury starts with these 7 fundamental ideas. Let's get right in. Number 1. Cultivate uniqueness. The first step to being regarded as a luxury is to develop a sense of distinctiveness. Luxury is rare and can be distinguished from the commonplace, which makes it truly precious. You must accept your uniqueness if you want to be perceived as a luxury. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, stated, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." The Stoics were experts in individuality. This advice serves as a reminder that the most precious things in life are not imitations. They are the things that are unique. So think about it. What is it that makes you one of a kind? What sets your service or product apart from others? When you accept what makes you unique, whether it's your perspective, approach, or skill, you become more than just an option. You stand out as a unique and valuable person in a world full of average people. Standing out for the sake of being different is not enough. To be recognized as a true luxury, you must be genuinely unique. True luxury is not just unique in appearance, but also in its essence and execution. Your personal or professional brand has inherent worth, just like rare art pieces or a handcrafted watch, because of the unique features it possesses. Luxury is valuable not just because it is rare, but also because it is unique and cannot be simply reproduced. Epictetus said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." You create a one-of-a-kind experience when you accept your true self. Consider this. What can you provide that no one else can? When your approach, perspective, or expertise is based on your personal values and vision, it becomes unique, something only you can offer. Take a luxury brand such as Hermes. It's not just about craftsmanship, high-quality materials, or even the price tag. It's also about the tale, years of history, and the exclusivity each item has. A luxury item is not created through mass production. Rule 5. Build inner strength. It is created through originality and a dedication to providing something extraordinary. If you merely try to copy what others are doing, you will always be seen as just another alternative, never a luxury. However, when you create something truly one of a kind, something that reflects your profound beliefs and desires, you distinguish yourself from others. This idea resonates with the Stoic emphasis on living in harmony with nature and embracing the unique aspects of your own nature. What is it about your temperament that makes you irreplaceable? To accomplish this, you must take the time to understand what makes you unique. Is it your ability to pay attention to details, solve difficulties that no one else can, or perhaps your method of establishing intimate connections with others? It involves exploring your abilities and vision in greater depth and refining them so they become highly specialized rather than a generic option. This is where it gets interesting. After identifying what sets you apart, work on safeguarding and improving it. Consider the careful steps that go into the production of a luxury watch. Having a high-quality product is not enough. It is also important to have a story behind the product, a narrative that resonates with consumers on a deeper level. When developing your individuality, it's essential to nurture and safeguard it so it remains unusual and desirable. For example, if your job requires you to solve difficulties, don't just concentrate on how you do it. Consider why you do it differently than everyone else. In what way does this demonstrate your profound belief? Because others know your work is not easily duplicated, they will be attracted to your originality and the outcomes you achieve. To give you something concrete to do, try writing in a notebook or creating a mind map of your distinct features. Make a list of everything you know about yourself that makes you unique, including your abilities, interests, eccentricities, thought processes, and routines. Then think about how you can offer these qualities in a way no one else can. When you intentionally include your individuality in everything you do, whether through branding, the products you create, or the way you connect with others, you begin to create something that feels genuinely one of a kind. You move into the luxury category by incorporating your originality into every part of your business and refusing to blend in with the crowd. When you are truly linked to what makes you special, others will perceive that rare trait as lucky, regardless of whether you provide a service, a product, or even your presence in a room. Luxury is not only something people want, it is something people look for, value, and enjoy because it is rare. The process of developing distinctiveness is ongoing. It's a promise to challenge yourself to be unique, develop in ways that improve your authenticity, and never be satisfied with the average. When you fully accept what makes you unique, you move beyond the world of choices into the realm of uncommon and precious luxury. Remember, genuine luxury does not require pushy marketing or frequent explanation. It is one of a kind, irreplaceable, and unquestionably valuable. It speaks for itself. So begin today. Be proud of what makes you different. Epictetus would say, what matters is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it. The way you respond to the environment, approach your work, and your dedication to what makes you unique, that's what will make all the difference. Number 2, create an experience, not just a product. The second essential is to provide an experience rather than merely a product. Seneca and other Stoic thinkers believed that life Life should be lived with intention, taking the time to appreciate every moment and being aware of every action. Similarly, luxury is all about the experience and the feeling that comes with what is being delivered. Consider this. When you enter a fancy restaurant or buy a luxury item, the experience is not solely about the object itself. It's all about the overall experience, the atmosphere, the service, and the sensation of being handled with kindness. According to Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you concentrate on providing an exceptional experience, you go beyond being a mere product and become something far more significant, a part of someone's treasured memories and feelings on the screen. A table that is elegantly laid with magnificent tableware and a lovely glow from candles. The camera zooms in on a waiter who is serving a dish to a guest with a graceful gesture. When you think about luxury, you are not only thinking of a material possession, you are considering a whole world of sentiments, emotions, and sensations that are associated with the product. A luxury is defined by the tale it tells, whether that story is told through the velvet feel of a luxury car's interior, the quiet hum of classical music in a fine dining restaurant, or the intimate experience of receiving customized attention. It's not only about the goods, it's also about how the product makes you feel. Seneca frequently emphasized the significance of being present in his writings. He stated, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." What he is trying to say is that every moment should be valued for everything that it can be. You should make an effort to infuse your offerings with purpose, attention, and intent, just as Seneca encourages us to live with intention and mindfulness. When you purchase a luxury watch, the mechanics are not the only thing that is important. The ritual of wearing it is also significant. The slow, careful act of putting it on your wrist, feeling its weight, and knowing that it is a piece that has been made with care. This is where the experience becomes relevant. Luxury companies such as Rolex and Patek Philippe do not simply sell timepieces. They also sell a story about precision craftsmanship and a link to a legacy. The experience of owning and wearing these objects is just as valuable as the items themselves. So how can you put this theory into practice? To begin with, you should understand that every time you interact with your audience, consumer, or client, you have the chance to make a lasting impression. Simply offering a product is not sufficient. It must be able to stand out on its own. You need to provide your customers with an experience that goes beyond the simple act of purchasing something and instead takes them into the world of cherishing. Consider the most positive encounters you have had with customer service. They are not only concerned with the delivery of the goods, they also worry about the attention to detail, the extra touches that demonstrate care, and the sensation of being valued. When you think of your finest fine dining experience, you probably remember more than just the food on your plate. You might also remember the atmosphere, the service, and the way the waiter took the time to explain where each component came from and how it was cooked. The experience of luxury is about paying attention to the smallest details and creating a rich atmosphere that improves every part of what you are selling. This concept is closely related to the Stoic perspective on virtue, which is the conviction that every aspect of life, from our work to our interactions with others, should be approached with the utmost purity and purpose. Marcus Aurelius expressed it perfectly. Do not waste any more time talking about what a good man should be. Become one. The same is true for the creation of luxury. Don't just talk about providing high-end service or high-quality products. Make sure that everything you do reflects that high-end service and quality. When your activities are regularly in line with the luxury experience, it becomes a part of what you provide. When you prioritize experience over product, you establish a connection with your audience or customer. They start to connect your brand, service, or presence with moments of true happiness, gratitude, and contentment. When you consider the best luxury brands, you realize that they provide more than just a product. They provide you the opportunity to enter a world where every detail is attended to and refinement is there at every turn. When you buy a designer bag, you are not only purchasing an item, you are also investing in a unique lifestyle, a moment of recognition, and a sense of elegance. Therefore, consider the following question. What can you do to improve the experience you provide? Is there a part of your service that could be more personalized, more purposeful, or more customized in order to help individuals feel like they are actually being recognized? When you concentrate on the experience, you transform from being just another product or alternative into something that people value. And that is when luxury starts to come into play, not in the product itself, but in the way it makes a person feel. Number 3. Master the art of exclusivity. The third key is to become an expert in exclusivity. Luxuries are not intended for the general public. They foster a feeling of belonging among the small number of people who are able to recognize their worth. Epictetus is well known for saying, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This is about establishing a special environment where what you provide is wanted but not easily accessible. When something is exclusive, it offers people a motivation to go for what you have to offer. It becomes something that people want to achieve. So think about it. What can you do to make your offerings feel exclusive to a certain group of people? When you concentrate on exclusivity, you make something more desirable and give it a greater perceived value. The third essential to being perceived as a luxury is to become an expert in exclusivity. Your offering's actual luxury derives from its selective character, much as a VIP lounge provides an elite experience for its patron. When something is difficult to find and not very common, it instantly becomes more appealing. People are not interested in just any product or experience. They want something that they have to put in effort to have, something that only a select few can achieve. This feeling of exclusivity increases the perceived value to a point where people feel special when they are included. Epictetus, a philosopher of Stoicism, had a clear understanding of what is actually important in life. He once stated, "Having a lot of possessions does not make you wealthy. Rather, it is having few desires that makes you wealthy." It is a powerful remark that serves as a reminder that the real worth of life is not in the abundance of material things. Here it is measured in terms of riches, goods, or experiences. Luxury comes not from having a lot of things, but from being select. The fewer things you want, the more valuable those things become. In the context of luxury, this indicates that by providing something that is not simply available or abundant, you create a demand that others feel obligated to fulfill. Consider the most prestigious luxury brands in the world. They seldom inundate the market with their goods. They, on the other hand, foster a sense of scarcity and exclusivity. These companies are not only sought after but also something to strive for, thanks to their limited edition merchandise, invite-only experiences, and members-only access. When something is in short supply, its value increases dramatically. People are more inclined to go to tremendous efforts to obtain something that feels more exclusive. Now, think about how this idea of exclusivity is relevant to your own life or business. If you are providing a service, product, or even a personal brand, how can you make it feel exclusive to a small group of people? This is not only about restricting the number of items or services that are offered. It is also about establishing a feeling of exclusivity. You could think about establishing a VIP membership, hosting an event that is only open to invited guests, or just offering a limited amount of products that are set aside for a small select group of people. The most important thing is to make individuals feel that they have been selected rather than just trying to sell them anything. The fundamental meaning of exclusivity is not about making people feel better than others. It is about creating an experience that feels unique and private. Imagine a secret dinner party where only a small number of attendees are invited. The event is not just memorable because of the rare gourmet delicacies or the magnificent setting. It is also unforgettable because it seems like an honor to be invited to such a gathering. This Stoic idea of valuing only a few desires also highlights the need for exclusivity in generating value. When you concentrate on providing something rare and only available to a small number of people, you raise the status of your brand, your service, and even yourself to a level of luxury. The more limited the service is, the more people want to be a part of it, and the more it becomes something that people want to achieve. The true charm of exclusivity is in the way it makes individuals feel chosen, respected, and part of something that not everyone can experience. This is the process for turning a basic offering into a luxury item. You increase its value in the minds of those fortunate enough to be included by carefully selecting who is allowed to access it. Additionally, it is not only about the product itself, it is also about the stories that individuals may share about their exclusive access to it. It becomes a part of who they are, something they bear with pride. You should ask yourself the following question: what can I provide that is truly one of a kind? Something that will make individuals feel special for being a member of a select group. The ability to provide something exclusive can be the most important thing that distinguishes your brand or offering from others. Whether it is a service, a product, or an experience, it is no longer merely a purchase. It becomes a part of a person's personality, a status symbol that they can show off and take pride in. When you emphasize exclusivity, you foster a feeling of belonging and aspiration, which is the core of luxury. Therefore, begin to consider how you may use this principle in your own life. Build inner strength. What can you do to make what you have to offer seem like something that is hard to come by and worth going after? When you become an expert at exclusivity, you change what you provide from simply another alternative into something greatly desired. And that is how true luxury is created. Focus on quality, not quantity. The fourth key is to prioritize quality above quantity. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, observed in his letters, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This serves as a reminder that the most valuable things in life are not about having a lot of things, but rather about the depth and quality of what we do have. True luxury is not about providing an infinite number of choices or producing a product on a large scale. It is about paying attention to every detail in order to achieve perfection. When you put forth your best effort to perfect something, it becomes more than just a product. It becomes a sign of your passion and ability, whether it is a perfectly produced item or a polished service. The fourth step to being perceived as a luxury brand is to prioritize quality above quantity. In a world where mass production has flooded the market with limitless possibilities, luxury distinguishes itself by emphasizing craftsmanship, precision, and excellence. Seneca expressed this insight when he wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This is not only about time, it is relevant to all aspects of existence. We do not require more. We require better. The most premium brands in the world seldom hurry to manufacture enormous amounts of their items. Rather, they take their time to perfect every element, making sure that what they provide is nothing less than outstanding. And Hermes bag is not simply another handbag. It is a piece of art that is made by hand with the best materials and typically takes more than 20 hours to create. A Rolls-Royce is more than simply a car. It is an experience that combines luxury, comfort, and precision engineering, all crafted with the utmost attention to detail. This notion is relevant to more than simply items. It also pertains to personal development, relationships, and how we spend our time. According to Stoicism, living well is not about acquiring new things, but rather about improving the things we currently own. Marcus Aurelius once stated, "Do not do something if it is not right. Do not say something if it is not true." This attitude is a fantastic fit for the idea of quality. Every action, decision, and piece of work should be carried out with integrity and a commitment to quality. So what does this mean for you? Regardless of whether you are establishing a business, a brand, or simply your own reputation, you should always prioritize providing the best quality available. If you are an artist, put your heart and soul into every work you create. If you are an entrepreneur, ensure that your product or service exceeds expectations in every way. If you are trying to create a personal brand, do not weaken it by attempting to attract everyone. Instead, work on improving your message, your content, and your presence until they reflect the best version of you. Being the loudest or the most accessible does not equate to luxury. It is about becoming the best at what you do. They are able to charge high rates, not only because of their name, but also because they have consistently demonstrated that they provide products of the highest quality. True luxury can be found in the few things that stand out from the crowd of mediocrity in the world. Now consider this in the context of your own life. What are you creating? What do you have to offer? Are you concentrating on quality and depth, or are you simply attempting to accomplish more? The distinction between being an option and being a luxury is based on the amount of value you generate through the high quality of your work. Even if people may not grasp quality right away, they are able to recognize and appreciate it. A well-crafted suit has a certain weight to it. A hand-polished surface has a smoothness to it, and a perfectly tuned engine has a specific sound to it. These are all subtle but potent signals that something has been made with care. The same goes for your personal presence. When you enter a room, do you add something of value, or do you simply blend in with everyone else? When you focus on quality, it automatically promotes exclusivity and attractiveness. People are attracted to things that are uncommon and of high quality. You will notice that the world begins to view you in a new light if you become an expert in a skill, improve your craft, and dedicate your energy to achieving perfection. You will not simply be one of the options, you will be the only option. Number 5, maintain an air of mystery. Mystery is the fifth key. The most luxurious things typically do not disclose everything all at once. There is a certain level of fascination, an unconscious attraction that makes people desire more. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, stated Marcus Aurelius. This is an invitation to develop a sense of inner mystery, which means that you do not feel the need to share every detail about yourself or what you have to give with the world. When you allow for curiosity, you inspire individuals to study more, to dig deeper, and to appreciate what is buried beneath the surface. It is similar to owning a mysterious luxury brand that does not reveal too much, which makes people want to know more. Mystery is the fifth essential component of being perceived as a luxury. The most fascinating luxuries do not show everything all at once. Instead, they give hints, make suggestions, and allow interest to grow. When something is completely described, fully understood, or easily accessible, it loses some of its appeal. The human brain is designed to be curious. We want what we cannot quite reach. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, recognized the importance of perception when he observed the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In the luxury industry, this means that mystery is not only about keeping information hidden, it is about building a perception, developing an air of depth and complexity, and leaving people asking, what else is there? Consider some of the most well-known luxury brands in the world. Have you ever noticed that they seldom ever flood the globe with advertisements or divulge too much about their process? Rolls-Royce does not continuously bombard people with advertisements because true luxury does not have to beg for attention, it demands. The most prestigious jewelry brands do not put their trademarks on every item. Rather, they let the quality of their work speak for itself. In personal branding, the most interesting people are not those that share their entire life narrative in one go. Rather, they are the ones who share just enough to leave you wanting to know more about them. This notion is relevant not only to things, but also to the way you present yourself. Luxury is not ostentatious. It does not need to justify itself. It has a quiet confidence, knowing that people who see its worth will look for it. Consider the last time you met someone who had a strong presence, someone who didn't put forth too much effort, who spoke with intention but never went into too much detail. People are unforgettable because of the aura of quiet confidence they exude, and the sense that there is more to them than what is immediately apparent. The invitations that are the most in demand are the ones that are hard to come by. The experiences that are the most sought after are the ones that are not readily available. It is powerful to not be completely available, to not share too much, and to allow people to wonder. When something is easily accessible, it loses its uniqueness. This isn't about being secretive for no reason. It's about having a purpose. When you control what people know about you, your business, or your product, you build excitement. The top luxury companies know that storytelling is not about sharing every detail. It is about delivering just enough information to get people interested, to get them to ask questions, and to get them to want to be a part of the experience. Imagine the most elite restaurants, the ones that don't have menus where you don't really know what you're going to get, but you know that it will be an experience you won't forget. Or the most enigmatic figures in history whose legacies continue to endure because there was always a part of them that remained unknown, invisible, and inexplicable. Now consider this question. What am I disclosing excessively? What can I do to make it more interesting? If you want to create a brand, develop a personal image, or improve the way you present yourself in your daily life, keeping an air of mystery will make you stand out and be remembered. Number 6, consistency and reliability. The sixth key is to be consistent and dependable. As Stoics, we learn that it is important to remain calm and steady when faced with the uncertainties of life. Seneca reportedly remarked, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This supports the notion that genuine luxury is not about being ostentatious for a brief period of time. Rather, it is about being consistently outstanding over an extended period of time. Trust is the foundation of luxury brands. If you want to be seen as a luxury, you must always follow through on your commitments. When you are dependable, customers will always return, confident that they will receive nothing less than the best, whether it be the quality of a product or the service you provide. Consistency and reliability are the 6 essential factors that determine whether anything is deemed a luxury. True luxury is not about making a big entry and then disappearing. It is about consistently showing up with quality. A single successful product launch or a single immaculate collection is not enough for a luxury company. They establish trust over the course of many years, making certain that their name is associated with high quality. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, grasped this reality when he remarked, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Success, prestige, and luxury do not happen by chance. They are the consequence of constant improvement, of making every detail perfect, and of demonstrating excellence demonstrating time and time again that quality is not a coincidence but a choice. Consider the brands that are synonymous with luxury: Hermès, Patek Philippe, and Ferrari. What is the commonality between all of them? They consistently go above and beyond what is expected of them. A Rolex is more than simply a watch. It is a symbol of accuracy that has not changed in over 100 years. The Ritz-Carlton is more than just a hotel. It is a guarantee of high quality, no matter where in the world you enter its door. And this is not limited to brands. It also applies to individuals. Think of a person who is always dependable, constantly follows through on their promises, and never fails to perform at a high level. That person is worthy of respect, someone who is respected, appreciated, and in high demand. To be regarded as a luxury, you must be a person whose presence, work, or creations are continuously of the highest quality. A good reputation is built on consistency, and a good legacy is built on a good reputation. This is the reason luxury brands do not follow trends, they create them. They do not sacrifice their principles to gain popularity with the general public. Instead, they remain committed to their ideology, improving it as time goes on. Regardless of how the world around them changes, they remain steadfast in their standards. Marcus Aurelius, another renowned Stoic emperor, believed in living life according to principles and without being affected by outside events. He wrote, "Stop wasting time arguing about what makes a good man, become one." This is especially true with luxury items. If you want to be perceived as elite, you don't have to say so. You must become it over and over again. Consider whether or not you are consistently showing up. Are you consistently giving greatness, not only when it is convenient for you? Are people aware that they can rely on what you have to provide, whether that be your skills, your service, or your presence? Being luxurious is not about being amazing just once. The Stoic philosophy is about making a lasting imprint on the world, a mark that goes beyond the passing moments of existence. Marcus Aurelius is well known for saying, "What we do now echoes in eternity." A true luxury is not merely a passing trend. It is something that lasts for a long time. The objective is to create something that will last beyond your lifetime, something that others will remember with reverence and appreciation. If you concentrate on creating a legacy, you will guarantee that your impact lasts long after the present, establishing yourself as something that will never go out of style, rather than just a fad. Picture a close-up of a luxury object that has been passed down through centuries, gently zooming out to show a timeless logo, all while gentle ambient music plays in the background. Move on to famous structures such as the Colosseum or the Great Wall of China, which have withstood the test of time just like a true luxury brand would. At last, we come to the seventh key, creating a lasting legacy. As we talked about before, luxury is not about being fashionable for a short period of time. It is not about gaining attention for a short time or going along with what is now popular. Luxury is about being different from the noise and creating something that lasts beyond the surface level of the present moment. The Stoics were very conscious of the fact that life is short. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, expressed this concept with remarkable eloquence when he stated, "What we do now echoes in eternity." A luxury brand or a person who is genuinely considered to be luxurious does not exist solely for the present moment. It aims to make a permanent impact on the globe. The most successful brands do not follow trends. Instead, they position themselves as timeless institutions. They create something so meaningful, valuable, and high quality that its impact continues to be felt even after many years have gone by. What is a legacy? Creating a legacy means making something that will not be forgotten over time, even if individuals cannot physically interact with it. True luxury is something that they appreciate and admire. Consider the luxury companies that have endured through the years. A Rolex is more than simply a watch. A Rolex is a sign of accomplishment, endurance, and precision. A Rolex watch is not only an accessory, it is a treasured item that you may pass down to your children. For more than 100 years, they have been at the forefront of the luxury watch industry due to their dedication to excellence and innovation. Chanel is now synonymous with ageless sophistication, which is what a legacy is based on, creating something so durable that it transcends trends and becomes a cultural icon. Patek Philippe, wearing a Patek Philippe watch is more than just wearing a watch. It is a statement. You wear history, you carry a legacy. The statement, "You never actually own a Patek Philippe," sums up the brand's philosophy. You simply take care of it for the next generation. Their timepieces are not simply purchased, worn, and thrown away. They are cherished family treasures that are handed down from one generation to the next. A great luxury brand understands that its heritage will be preserved not by the people who wear it today, but by the people who will wear it in the future. These brands did not just exist, they played a role in shaping history. Their names will be remembered throughout history. They are held in high regard not only because of their actions, but also because of the manner in which they carried them out. So what steps can you take to create a legacy? Although it is a difficult effort, it is necessary for anyone who wants to be perceived as a luxury brand rather than merely a passing trend. These are the three main pillars. 1. Mastery of craft. A legacy is about being the best, not just being average. Consider Ferrari. Each automobile they manufacture is a work of art and a testament to engineering excellence. A brand's legacy is made ageless by its unwavering dedication to perfection. In order to create a legacy, you must concentrate on becoming a master. Over time, you must improve your craft, regardless of whether it is a product, a service, or a skill. Being great is not about being amazing once. It is about being continuously so. Great. Over the course of decades, legacy is established via an unwavering commitment to improvement, evolution, and refinement. To establish an emotional connection, a luxury brand is not only a product or service, it is an experience. The most successful brands are those that form emotional bonds with their clients. Consider Apple. They don't only sell phones, computers, or watches. They promote a vision and a philosophy that emphasizes innovation, simplicity, and elegance. They have created a community of people that not only use Apple products but also believe in them. If you want to create anything that has the potential to last for a long time, it must connect with people on a deep emotional level, not only in terms of its function or appearance. You must help individuals feel like they are part of something larger, something that they will remember. 3. Commitment to timelessness, not trends. Trends are constantly changing. Luxury lasts. A legacy is about being consistent in your ideals, quality, and vision. While everyone else is rushing to keep up with the latest fad, you remain steadfast and concentrate on the values that brought you success. Louis Vuitton became a well-known brand without following trends. It established its reputation by remaining committed to its fundamental principles of workmanship, exclusivity, and elegance. Your work will become timeless when you focus on the long game. Since you are not developing for the present, you are preparing for the future. Creating a legacy is not simply a matter of making something. It requires a deliberate effort. The choices you make now are setting the stage for what will happen tomorrow. Will people remember you for your short-lived success? Or will your effort be remembered forever? This idea is the driving force behind the luxury market in its most basic form, to make something so precious that it will always be in demand. A great luxury brand is not just concerned with being admired now. It also wants to be valued for centuries to come. Building a legacy takes time. It requires patience. It requires perseverance. However, when you create a brand that stands the test of time, when you make something that will last, you become a part of history. Your name does not simply disappear. It becomes a symbol of enduring brilliance. Is your legacy prepared to be established? On screen, a master artisan is polishing a costly object with great care. The shot is in slow motion. The camera zooms out to see the object being handed on to the next generation. Will you be remembered for the influence you have today? Or will your work be remembered long after you are gone, passed down through the generations as a representation of greatness, passion, and lasting quality? You get to decide. Create your legacy. Create something that will last forever, something that will be remembered for all time. So there you have it. The 7 keys to being seen as a luxury rather than just another choice. These Stoic-inspired concepts will help you stand out as something unusual, timeless, and irreplaceable. From nurturing originality to constructing a legacy. Now, it's your chance. Which of these keys will you put into practice in your own life or business? Please leave your opinions in the comment section below so that we may continue the discussion. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you can keep up with more stuff that can change your life like this. Keep in mind that luxury is not only about price, it is also about perception, consistency, and living with intent. So begin today. Be certain that you are providing more than simply a choice. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.